What's going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another Dragon Blaze Third Impact video. And today's topic is all about the beginner's guide. This is part 3 of the beginner's guide series, and today is basically all about resources. But before I get into that, we got some new events. We got the Trace Investigation event, which is basically Cat's event. So if you're definitely a beginner, I highly recommend you do that. You get a lot of free resources, and if you're a veteran, returning player, definitely want to get into her story. It's really interesting, it's really funny, there's a lot of cool things going on with her story, so I highly advise you to get into it. It does give you what you need for resources. 10-man arena PV play event. PvP lovers, this is where you shine the most. You get a lot of stuff during this event, good use for resources there. Your daily exploration success event, that's been around for a little bit. Your fierce battle at Lending Garden. I don't really care for this event too much at all. It's like kind of like a PvP issue. You get a lot of cool resources from this. Maybe one day I'll do it. Two times rewards for a daily event plus fight event. And then the revenge is coming back, which is perfect. Be sure you participate in this all day long. It's very important. And also the roulette of fortune, which is also really nice. This stuff gives you a lot of great resources, so I can't wait for that stuff to come into play. So newcomers, old comers, be sure to pay attention to those events because it's very important. Those are some of my favorite events right there. They allow you to get a lot of good resources, so highly recommend you step into that and make sure you not miss it. Now, I missed the Icebox event, which sucks. It went away way too fast. I didn't think they were gonna end it so quickly. I already opened my ice boxes and stuff and went ahead and got all my rewards from that, but it sucks that they went ahead and just took away the Icebox event so quickly. I wasn't expecting them to do that. But anyways, resources for beginners and why is this so important? So I just got a resource right there. So your resources, I did a little bit about this in the last video I believe I made. It was like heroes and which ones I think you should go with, and how to create, how to craft hero cards and power-up cards and stuff like that, and the souls. Well, I'm going to mention some of the resources again in this video because it's a part of it, plus transcendent essences. So basically, you're going to need a lot of resources in this game. For beginners and returning players, this game is all about resources. Literally, you need resources to do a lot of things in this game, and the less you have, the less that you're going to be able to do in this game as far as like progressing, getting power, stuff like that. So what do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to show you what I mean. So here, we're going to go with the blue souls. So we're going to go basically to manage. Well, actually, I can do something better. We're going to go to here. I've already participated in this, but basically your resources are going to be very important when it comes to the game. So here, perfect example, you got your transcendent essences, which is right there. We're going to cancel that. You need transcendent essences basically to power up your heroes and for future things in this game as well, but you do need those power up your heroes. I'll go to that screen here shortly. They're very important. They're easy to get. I'll show you lots of ways to get it. All the resources I'm talking about, I'm going to show you all the ways that you can get them. But transcendent essences is very important. I'm just kind of showing you here. Rubies, you obviously need rubies. Most importantly, the most important resource in the game basically is rubies. You get to buy packs, all kinds of packs, all kinds of resources you get to spend with your rubies. It's very important. I'll keep going through that. Your blue souls, which is your Gaia souls, those are used basically to craft hero cards and such. They help you out a lot. You can salvage for them. You can do a lot of things when it comes with the blue souls. The goddess memories, those are used basically to power up your heroes. You only want to use those to power up your heroes, and goddess memories will be used for a lot of other things, hopefully in the near future. Really, all your resources will be used, hopefully in the near future, for other things than what they are used for currently. And that is another ruby mine. That is another Gaia mine. We need the, what do we need? We need the gold mine. The gold one, which is, this one is really mainly used. You can use these to power up your heroes. I don't think you should, but this is mainly used for sometimes for crafting jewels, and also used for your raws for the most part. And that's what that resource is mainly used for. And that's the majority of the resources in the game right there alone. And I hope they have more. So why these resources are important? Well, I just told you, they help out with everything basically in the game. As you see here, we're going to go to enhance. So as you see here, your Goddess Memories, your Soul of Gaia, and the Soul of Kalar, and your Transcendent Essences, these resources can be used to power up your heroes. However, you shouldn't use any of the souls or Transcendent Essences. You should just use the Goddess Memories, because they're so easy to obtain. Not saying Transcendent Essences aren't, but Goddess Memories will be just best to use. Both of your souls are hard to acquire. You can get them in many different ways, but it's best to just use your Goddess Memories to enhance your heroes. But you do need all of these resources. Your rubies obviously helps you power up your characters, because you get your summons. You get your hero summons, your non-hero summons, your platinum summons. Then you have your raw summons, your EL, Gaia's equipment summons, your 5 equipment summons, and your 5 collector summons. All these rubies are used for that. They're also used for the daily aspiration as well. If you want to go in and do an additional entry, it would cost you 5,000 rubies. You only get to do it once. Back in the day, you can do it up to 5 times. But they decrease those chances and increase the quantity that you get, and only just allow you to do it one time. So you can use rubies for that, just that currently. That's one resource that's super important. And you should also, in my opinion, if you're new, then you kind of have to do this, but if you're a veteran, I wouldn't. So when it comes to spinning rubies, your prime hero summon is the best time for both veterans and new players to spin rubies. At least 500,000 to 1 million at most, or 1.5. Don't go any higher, because this allows you to get all your hero cards for heroes that you don't own and that you do own, and also for the new character. It increases everything. Treasure cards, all your cards are increased, which is very important. This is the best time to spin your rubies. I wouldn't spin rubies here at all, honestly. Here, I wouldn't spend any here to platinum summon either as well. I wouldn't. It's just no point. The prime summon is the best time to spin rubies, and then they'll give you heroes every so often. We had 2 last time. I did a video about those, and pack opening as well. That's the only time you should spin rubies when it comes to that. Now, when it comes to this, your raws, you can spin rubies on them if you want to. There's Raw Universe, which we'll get there soon. Your pets basically give you resources to help you, so you can boost their growth and their ability to evolve by spending on raw packs and helping out with the evolutions and enchanting and stuff. You can do that if you want to. That's not really a bad idea. But your summons right here, your EL summons, I wouldn't worry about those yet if you're new, because that's only specifically for your 3rd impact characters. Unless you do have a 3rd impact, you can buy those, and then they save future armors for everybody else too, not just for the ones that you already have on that you're currently focusing on. So just know you can do that. Now, your 5 equipment summons, you want to focus on that heavily, actually, because you do get lots of armors going through the adventure dungeon. Challenger dungeon gives you armors basically every day, but you're going to acquire most of your armors through those. You can acquire stuff through the mining, which is for new players. Once you get your heroes up, the mining is going to be your best friend for resources. It gives you a ton of resources. Now, I just showed you most of them in the game, if not all of them right there, that you can get. There's some resources that we cannot get so easily. I'll touch a part of that as well. But therefore, your equipment summons you want to focus on. Don't do your collections. Do those later. Your collections is a bit like your skins. You can change how your characters look. You can spend a couple in there if you want to, but don't focus a lot of resources there. Now, as far as resources go, like I just showed you on your daily aspiration, you get resources every day. You get your, you get these, which is your arc boosters. Today, well, Monday, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Tuesday, you get your Dragon Buster parts, Wednesday, you get your goddess memories. Thursday, you get your transcendent essences and your souls of Krallar. Friday, you get your EL Gaia jewels, which is very important. Saturday, you get your infinity artifact summons. And then Sunday, you get your ruins. These are also more resources I didn't talk about. That all these resources are very important that you need. And all of these you can get easily throughout the game. Every resource that you need, all of them. Now, how you acquire some of these? Well, you can go to the shop for some of these. So the shop is going to get you what you need, and you can also get them through the game. Now, the stars, I don't know how I got the stars, to be honest, but it's been a while. But you can get, you know, your Souls of Gaia and Goddess Memories here with stars. I wouldn't focus on that currently until I can give you more information about that. So stay tuned for that. But that's also another resource in the game. Your thumbs up. Now, your thumbs up is basically for your friends, and I mentioned that last time. So the more friends you have, the more thumbs up you get to spend in the store, and then you get a lot of resources here. Your souls, your ruins, your infinity summons, your accessories, which I'll talk about that later, and also your jewels. You get summons, transcendent essences. You get so many resources from here with thumbs up. You also can spend rubies as well. I would not recommend spending rubies on these, but you also have your gold you can spend. I do buy these every other day when my gold gets full, because I'm trying to focus on my raws and for crafting. So you can get the souls here. You can get goddess memories here by spending jewels or by spending gold. Same thing, you can spend rubies get here. I highly recommend you not doing that. The gold boxes, if you don't want to buy anything else, then the special gold boxes and the gold boxes will give you tons of resources. Just about every resource in the game, almost. You get your standard, like your artifact summons, you get ruins, transcendent essences, you get souls. You get a lot of stuff out of these boxes, and the transcendent essences you can get here as well. Your runes, your tickets, you can get all these as well. Your runes, your arc boosters, your dragon busters. You get all most of your resources basically right here. And your pets, you have to pay for your growth, your tickets, don't really worry about that, your rubies, your passes. But you get most of your resources there. And then when we go to, not total ranking, I need to go to the PvP store. I haven't been to the PvP store. I don't know if you even have a store. But where are they? Earlier. There we go. Those little silver coins down there, you get those from PvP, I believe, for being PvP. And then you also get guild coins too, but that's for a whole different section. But you can also get PvP gives you resources for your gold coins, silver coins for your resources that you can spend to get more resources there. So that's another way you can get them. You also get resources just by like the time that you play on this game. Like there's a timer thing you can get. You also get resources just by playing the game. You also get resources just by logging in every day. I mean, you get resources. Basically, this game gives you resources everywhere. Your events gives you tons of resources as well. I just showed you that. And I'm trying to... There we go. Playtime. You get resources here. I mean, you just saw me collect my resources and you get more there. You get a lot of resources in the mine like I just... showed you. I'm gonna put guild in here too, because this is just more resources. It does count towards that. You have guild coins, which whenever you get into a guild, you can spend those guild coins to get buffs, which I need to actually reactivate. Actually, let's just automatically just purchase those. Purchase. Why is it not letting me purchase my... Okay, I'm gonna have to... It's not letting me purchase for some reason. I'll have to figure that out later. But you do get a lot of resources from here as well whenever you be in the guild, because you get to partake in spending your points to power up your teams, to reduce your Caledon, stuff like that. Your HP, it helps you in PvP sometimes as well. That's another way to get resources. But those are basically all the resources that you can get in the game, and you do get even more resources from Caledon. You know, you get your souls, your goddess memories, transcendent essences. You can get more from here. You do need those, and save all your resources. Only spend them on things that I talked about. Your souls is used for lots of things in this game too, so make sure you don't spend those on just anything. Crafting, you need them for your crafting, for your gold souls and your raws, your blues. You're going to need to craft your character cards with, as far as those goes, for resources. So you're going to manage cards here, and you can also scavenge cards too. If you need to like scavenge one, let's just go here. We'll do one to get some resources. I got one Gaia soul, transcendent memories, God's memories. So you can get one here if you need it. Thank you. It's taking all day. There we go. So you can get some there. You can also craft as well to craft cards with. So you can get more resources there. Treasure cards, which I never recommend you doing this, but you can get more resources that way. You can get more resources by mining, getting into the game. Sometimes the game gives you free resources as well. You get plenty of gold also from Cat's story. You can get gold souls and gold from here, and then the things that she needs to power her up, you get resources here. You get resources everywhere. I mean, all the kind of resources I just told you about, which is all the resources in the game, you can get them from the Tower of Phantom. You can get just the main resources you need come from the areas that I've showed you. And then here, which is craft, which you also need souls to craft jewels. So all your resources you can get from different areas, and then some resources are specifically for certain content that you play in the game with. But the majority of your standard content will definitely be given to you from you playing time, you logging in, you go into the shop and buying your resources, you go into the mining section, mining your resources there, and then the special events you partake in, you'll get resources as well. And plus you'll get more resources from your challenger dungeon and your adventure dungeon. All those resources I talked about that you can normally get, that you get, and where you should be spending them at. Save your gold. If you have too much gold, spend them where I told you to spend them at. Your rubies, only spend them if you need armor and prime rate up. That's the only time you need to spend that. When it comes to crafting them, your blue souls are going to take some time to get. You can open up packs and get blue souls as well, but you can get them through crafting. I mean, not crafting, and mining too. So this is a resource game. That's why I have so much. And then make sure you hold on to your resources at all times. Don't spend them just anywhere, because resources are very hard to come by in this game. Yeah, I have lots, but I saved it for a reason. And I'm still missing resources that I need to get to power up my characters. So that's just a rundown on what resources that you need to be taken care of. You know, you need to get all your resources, your Dragon Busters, your jewels. You can get all the ones from Daily Exploration every day by playing the game. You can get them dropped in different areas. Your mind is going to be your best friend, but you can get them also in the Guild Exploration as well. You can get a lot of resources from there too. Your jewels, you can get them through everywhere. You can get them through your missions, your special missions you can get resources from. So you can get resources basically everywhere in this game. As long as you're being active and playing, you should be just fine. And make sure you save your resources, because they're important unless you have to spend them. I haven't made hero cards in a long time. I'm still saving up souls for that. I'm saving up souls so I can do another video for raws, because they eat up all of your souls. Plus crafting can as well sometimes. But yeah, all the resources I showed you in the shop, mining, your daily that you get, your tickets might not be used as much for a resource. Your PvP resources, your guild resources, you can get all that stuff. Also, I forgot about one. There's probably a couple I forgot. But when it comes to your shop, summons, you go to Gaia shop right here. You get resources here by opening up packs, and you get to spend additional things here as well. Really, your resources is right here. You know, your rune fragments, your crystal of fate, your goddess memories, your hero card summons. These are just to help you with your cards if you want specific ones. But those are also more resources there that you can buy, that you can eventually get as you open up more packs. And then it's just go from there. If there's a resource I am missing, please let me know. But that's just basically most of it right there in a nutshell that you need to know about. Oh yeah, and also your Starlight Pass, which I forgot about this. You get resources here. Look at that, I just got 400 of souls. And then you keep being active on your dailies and your Star Passes or your EOS Passes. you get more resources there. So you get resources everywhere, especially in your adventure dungeon. And your why does it keep putting me here? Your adventure dungeon, your challenger dungeon gives you lots of resources. So you get tons of resources everywhere. Just making sure you're playing and being very active, and you'll get all the resources you need. As always, guys, the next one should be in a couple days. Tomorrow's gonna be normal content. But till then, I hope you enjoy. Thank you for looking at my video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and give me more things I need to do or to help you. Until then, I will see you for the next one.